This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show with Comrade Lamptey Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show with Comrade Lamptey Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, my people. I just want to apologize to all our top fans, wherever you are. We are very sorry for starting your darling show, the Comrade and Friend, a bit late. We've been having a few technical issues, and our wives, the wives of the three musketeers, asked us to go and fetch some reindeers. And by the time we came back to the studios, trying to put technical things in place, we were running slightly late. But we know that our viewers are always with us. And today promises to be a very unique one. It is the 19th of December, 2021. Just 6 days to Christmas. And another 7 days in addition, making 13 to the end of this glorious year, 2021. I apologize very profusely, and I know that you will understand. So I dare say, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the globe. This is your darling program, the Comrade and Friends. And today, we decide to be a bit different and to put on our Christmas garments or Christmas attire, just to feel the moment and the season. I have in the house our CNC, our Oga Musketeer, Comrade Lamptey Oriente. Dr. Tony Agbons will be joining us shortly. As soon as he joins us, we're going to welcome him and he can say hello to the people. My name remains Comrade Pharmacist Augustine, for short, Austin Iremira. Without further ado, I will bring in Comrade Lamptey to say hello to the people. Comrade Lamptey, please.
Yes. Thank you very much, my brother Austin Iremira. Edo people and Nigerians across the world, greetings from my end. And of course, you know the ritual. When we come on like this, we just ask you to share. This is the Comrade and Friends Christmas special. By the grace of God, it's going to be interesting. Thank you very much, Austin, for what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamptey. For our viewers, you can see that Comrade Lamptey is very different. He's got the traditional Christmas jumper. He's got a special hat. And of course, the EVA, which signifies royalty. I know when he's talking to us next time, he's going to explain why he chose to come up this way. But for our viewers, especially our Christian viewers, we want to say a very, very happy Christmas to all of us and a prosperous 2021. This is the last show just before Christmas, and we think it will be better and wise for us to talk about Christmas and to present ourselves in a very Christmas attire. Remember, Christmas is the time for happiness, for joy, for peace, and of course, time where people share love. Today, we have a couple of issues we'll be looking at in the course of this program. We're going to have a slight discussion just to remind ourselves of what Christmas is, what it entails, and what it means to us. We shall be also looking at the event that happened during the week where the Palace of the Oba of Benin received the Actifast. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking as well and looking at the Benin City Youth League, which rounded off about 2 weeks ago, and to thank all our viewers for all their support. Remember, I think last year or in the middle of last year or this year, we brought a gentleman to talk to us about a particular game played in a particular village in Edo State, the Akwe game. time permits, we are having 2 citizens or 2 indigenes of that village, Egomosun, that will be talking to us about the Akwe Games. And if time permits, we'll do a few more around the politics of Edo State and the politics of Nigeria. So I want to appeal to all of us, stay tuned, enjoy your darling program, and remember the promise, you must share. So without further ado, I'm just going to bring up Comrade Lamptey. Comrade Lamptey, this is the season of love, the season of joy, the moment where Christ came to save us from our sins and to give us hope. What do you have to say to the people about Christmas? And before you do that, I would like you to tell our viewers why you are done in this special attire.
Yes, I think I'd like everybody to understand that, there is, this is a very special season. It is special not just because it is Christmas, okay? It is special because as Christmas, it's also coinciding with another very big and significant, event in Benin land. And we cannot, celebrate Christmas and leave our own. Many of us may not know that this same season of Christmas is when we actually celebrate Igwe Festival. And I have always maintained, and I've said this severally, that there is a very strong bond, a strong relationship between Jesus Christ and Benin Kingdom. And that is why I say, if you are an Edo man, okay, it's important you understand that your creation is more graceful than many others. The way you are created is different. You are created in grace. And so when people put on Christmas jumper, for instance, and celebrate Christmas, and they are from Edo State, and they forget that we have our own Igwe festival around this same period that we ought to be celebrating. It bothers me. And so what I've done is to we cannot destroy Christmas for Igwe or destroy Igwe for Christmas, because they are both very great celebrations that we must acknowledge. And so to that extent, I have a mixture of my Christmas jumper to celebrate Christmas. And of course, I equally have my VA, to remind the world that I'm equally celebrating something about, my own kingdom, the Benin Kingdom. And so to that extent, I equally have my, proper, Benin hat, a Benin cap, and all of that. So it's a mixture of Christmas and Igwe. So what I am doing is I am Igwe Christmasing. That's what I'm doing. Thank you very much. I don't know if that satisfies you, my brother Iremira. I am Igwe Christmasing.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamptey. Every day you bring new words. The gentleman is a true Bini man.
Absolutely.
You represent Bini properly and a true Edo son. I dare say that Bini Kingdom is among, you have all that tribes within Edo State. And Comrade Lamptey represents that. And he has told us today, in this season of Christmas, is Igwe Christmasing. That's a new word. Hopefully before the fall of 2022, that will be in our lexicon. I know in Benin Kingdom, Igwe Festival has already started. And like Lamptey said, it's coinciding with Christmas. For our viewers, Christmas is very unique. It is a time where we meet our people, where families come together. There is obvious celebration in the air. I remember growing up in Benin. By now, we would have been having knockout. We call it bisco and so many stuff. There will be Ekpo dance and all that stuff, all geared towards that moment of happiness, that moment of joy. And for boyfriend and girlfriends, wives and husbands, that again is their moment to celebrate and to show love. And I remember those Christmas morning, my parents, especially my mom, would prepare food and ask me to take to one neighbor or the other. So it's all in that sweet mood of Christmas and just about the end of the year. Comrade Lamte, I don't know if you remember, did you do Bisco, Ekpo, and Knockout and all those stuff?
That's the beauty of it. You know, a lot of what, you know, is synonymous with our own Igwe festival. You know, they have been married into the Christmas celebration. Ekbo is not a matter for Christmas per se. Ekbo and all of those things, some of those are matters that are very, very much, you know, associated with our own Igwe festival. We have the Ugiewe for this year, for instance. Ugiewe is going to be on the 28th. We have Igwe Orewo, you know, Igwe Do here, which is going to be on the 27th. And you see, the celebration, the Christmas celebration is actually on the 25th. So the Igwe festival precedes Christmas and equally, you know, goes beyond even Christmas. So it's a whole like 2 weeks long celebration that a lot of people have just felt that maybe it's all Christmas. Well, it's not all Christmas. So at the end of the day, I think that for the proper Benin man, we don't just celebrate Christmas, we Igwe Christmas, you know, and that is what we must understand. So because everything come to mix up and all of that. And so for those who say they are Christians, we must understand the relevance of, you know, these festivities, you understand? And the coincidence is not accidental. It is because there is something spiritual, okay? There is a connectivity between, you know, the tribe of Jesus Christ and the Benin Kingdom. And that is why, you know, when we are doing our Igwe, we are celebrating our own end of year, and we are celebrating our head, we are remembering our ancestors, we are doing all of these things, okay? It correlates directly with what Christmas is about. So there's no coincidence at all. So instead of us Benin people say, you know, when I mean Benin, understand that it's all encompassing. Whether, you know, you are Edo speaking, you are Ishan, you are Isako, it's all because we are all children from the United Kingdom of Great Benin. So when you are from Benin, you know, in this season, you are not just celebrating Christmas, you are Igwe Christmasing. And it's so important because it's Igwe further moves on to equally, you know, envelope even the new year, you know, into it as it were. So at the end of the day, it's the Igwe festival is even more profound, you know, celebration than Christmas to the proper Benin man. And we must talk about this, and we must recognize this, and of course we must join in this celebration, you know, of these two festivities. It's very important.
2021, December 19, Igwe Christmasing.
Yes.
Lamte Ikpoosa Oraki.
Yes. It
That is absolutely fantastic. And I dare say to everybody, it's celebrate.
Ogbe Sena.
That's
Oba Atokbe.
He said.
Do you know, as young people, when we were growing up, I grew up in a time where rice is not something you eat every day. You know, rice is a top class food. It's very exclusive. I grew up in a time where, you know, we celebrate to eat rice on Sundays. And as children, we are always very excited. The Christmas rice is different from the normal Sunday rice. Okay? I remember when I was growing up, the time was when, you know, when our mom is cooking, and maybe you are coming from school or coming from outside of, you know, having gone to play with your playmates and all of that. And you are anxious, and it's on Sunday, you want to know what they are cooking in the kitchen because you've not gotten there. And, you know, sometimes we are with some other visitors around, and we don't want them to know, you know, what the response is going to be. My brother may just ask me and Lewu. We look at the visitor. We don't want them to know where EZIP and rice, you know. So we now fashion a way of letting us know what they are cooking, and we now give rice a name. Do you know in those days when they are selling rice, they will say rice simi gyogyo.
Yes, I remember.
So instead of you remember that, so rice simi gyogyo. So remember rice simi gyogyo. So if you want to respond that they are cooking rice, we no longer say rice, we just say igyogyo.
Oh.
Igyogyo. So when you hear Igyogyo and Lewukoni, the friend who is there may not actually know what we are talking about, but you and I already understand that today is a special day because Igyogyo is what is happening in the kitchen. So as young people growing up, Christmas, Igwe, actually it's so much to to remember. Igwe was something, it's very very special because it's a period of abundance, a period of great generosity, a period where even age-long quarrels, age-long issues between people get resolved because the happiness of the period is such that blurs whatever issues exist between people. A period where people who have not been in talking terms for a long period of time, they just find the reasons to resolve without saying a word about what led to the quarrel and all of that. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's the beauty of Igwe Festival and Christmas in the real sense of it. Okay, is such that we cannot gloss over. It's beautiful. It's just that this thing, it's just losing its essence. In the era we are right now, partly because of hardship, because of government policies, insecurity, and all of that. We didn't have all of this, at the time. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think that we can still get back those old days. I remember when we were growing up, we used to do a mababa. Children no
Yes.
longer do a mababa these days. A mababa is in fact, it's a God ordained, activity for children. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the children of a mababa are children who understand what the time, really was at the time. Who understand what the time is today. But the children of this, what's it called, Android, and all this, they don't know where we are coming from, and it's essential we begin to remind people of some of this, so they don't get lost and all of that. So my brother, there's so much to remember, and I am personally not celebrating today. I'm actually celebrating yesteryears because we've been through quite a lot, unique, unique. That even children born in this generation, many of them may not actually understand and appreciate where we are coming from. Then life was real. Not now. Things are just too artificial these days. But I think it's good if we're able to capture the whole essence. We do. It's important.
Absolutely, Comrade Lamptey. You couldn't have put it so succinctly. You've taken our viewers and myself back to yesteryears. You've made me remember all the things I did as a young boy growing in the streets of Benin, especially within the New Benin and the Obaye area. You talked about a Mababa and all that stuff. That's absolutely great. I think we still on the Igwe festival, we need to also really celebrate our former Oba. He did a lot and has made the Igwe celebration a real international celebration. And you have loads of companies coming to advertise, coming as sponsors. And to be frank, the Igwe Festival has really become a global phenomenon. And like you said, it's no coincidence it's happening at the same time. It is divinely planned. And all Edo people should be happy and really follow that process very well. I don't know if you have the program, the Igwe program, you just want to read to our viewers.
Yes, I'll just read it out. I think we just need to understand, for those who may not know, we're already in the season of Igwe Festival, and of course, the Palace of the Omonoba Nedu Kwakbolokbolo released, a program of events to that effect. Apologies, I may not be able to share on screen, but I can just read out some of the basic dates. On the 18th, which was yesterday, by 3 p.m., is Otue Ugie Ugiroba. Okay, but let me just start from the beginning. It's a public notice, Omonoba Annual Festival 2021 program. It is hereby notified, for the information of the general public, that the Omonoba Nedu Kwakbolokbolo Oba AY the second Oba Benin will celebrate this year's festivals in accordance with the following program. On the 18th of December, yesterday was Ugiroba. All chiefs, come to pay homage to the Oba of Benin at about 3 p.m. On the 19th, which is today, is still Ugiroba. All eligible chiefs, come to ceremonial dance procession with Eben. That's today. Beautiful, beautiful program. December 20th, which is tomorrow, is a Ken Day. A Ken. That is Ugie, Ugiayon. That's what that day is called. December 21st is a Kioba Tuesday. It's a free day. It's a rest day from these programs. December 22nd is Otue Iguoba, as all chiefs come to pay homage to the Oba as Ikeneka, that's Wednesday. On December 23rd is Agbado, that's Thursday, Agbado Day, because all these things we are seeing right now, we hear Iken, you hear Ekioba, you hear Ikeneka, you hear Agbado. These are normally, the 4 days of the week, that we have in Benin, like the English people or the Western world now established to now have 7 days, in a week. Traditionally, as a do people, we actually have 4 days in a week, and they are Ekioba, Ekeneka, Agbado. Then on the 24th, it's Eken Day, which is Friday. That's called a free day. On the 25th is a Kioba Saturday. That is Ugie Mobo. That's all chiefs and palace functionaries, to be in attendance. That's by about 3 p.m. Uh, Igwe, Ivioba as well. Ivioba to fix their own time for Igwe that evening. So that evening, the Oba's children are expected to, to meet and of course fix their own time for the celebration of Ugie, Igwe, Igwoba, and all of that. Then on the 26th is a Keneka Sunday, which is free day. On the 27th is Agbado Monday, which is Igwe here. On this day, all Edo people are to have their own Igwe celebration. This is the day where all Edo people actually perform their individual worship in their homes. Let's take note of this. By all Edo people on the 27th, Igwe here. 28th is Ugewe. I don't know how many of us still remember Ewe. Ugewe is a very special, a program. Ugewe is a ceremony of bringing away blessings to all homes. It's a ceremony of renewal, a ceremony where we bring blessings to the home spiritually and, of course, drive away evil. You hear in those who were growing up, where no yo where yo. I still remember those things. We dance around, plug. We have the airway leaves, airway dick in airway dick in airway dick in airway. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Ugewe is on 28th of December, which can on Tuesday. On 29th of December is a Kioba, which is a feast, market women. On the 30th is a Keneka as a free day. On the 31st is Agbado, it's equally a free day. January 1st, Iken is equally a free day. On the 2nd is a Kioba, there will be worship to take place at Holy Arosa. Now, you see, this is where, when I talked about that, this is not a coincidence that Christmas, and Ugie, Edo, and the Oba's festivities taking place at this time. It's not a coincidence, because at the end of the day, on the 2nd of January, Kioba, the palace, and of course probably invited people and all of that. We go to Holy Arosa, the oldest church in Africa, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the oldest churches in Africa, where we go and do Thanksgiving, as it were. So when you look at it, so the statement for that reason, engagement may be fixed for any free day, in which case announcements will be made as appropriate. There will be sitting arrangements on the 19th, 23rd, and 28th December for visitors. May God and our ancestors grant us all good health to be able to participate. We use this medium to remind the public and appeal to them that the celebration of funeral rites are not permitted during this period of the annual royal festivals. We pray God to keep death from our people's homes. Mr. Logbe, Ogbe Mabediao, Frank Irabo, Secretary, Benin Traditional Council, signed this statement. I just glossed through and I try to explain, what some of these things, connote. These are very interesting. It's a very interesting period that we are in right now, and we must give it proper appraisal by participating in it, by understanding what it means, and participating as much as possible. I personally am very very pleased, that we are able to talk about this. We are not ashamed to do so at all. This is who we are, and it's important that it's part of our identity and the uniqueness. The way this Edo makes us a unique people. Many of us may not be able to appreciate it, until we die. It is when you die you understand that as a Benin man, there's a special place in heaven waiting for you. But you don't want to die before you enjoy all the goodies of being a Benin man. So let's go out there. Let's enjoy this Ugie. Let's be happy and celebrate. If you are not Yoba, wait to celebrate. Igwebu on the 27th, and of course be part of the way of this year. So that's it, my brother.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. I don't know if Dr. Agbons is in the house now.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, because I can see Sister Felicia Eboigbe has been asking after our brother Agbons. Well, like I said, our wife sent us on a message to go and get the Christmas reindeer. But what happened was, Comrade Lamte in his usual way was faster than everybody. He got his own first. I was second, and we left Dr. Tony Agbons on the way. He only just got his own now, so he's joining us now. So Dr. He's in now. Dr. Tony Agbons, can you say hello to the people, especially our sister Felicia Gwegbe has been asking after you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Pharmacist Austin Remira, and our Gakpatakpata, the comrade himself, Lamte Ponsa Oriahi. Merry Christmas. Friends and fans of the Comrade Show worldwide, I apologize for coming in at this time. I've been on the road, just rushing in to catch up with everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. Wahia Selugbe, Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year to all of you. Thank you for joining us. I hope the other two comrades have been, sailing very well with you all. Thank you so much. And Sister Felicia, thank you for asking of me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons, for joining in. You haven't really missed much. We're just trying to talk about Christmas and tying it up with Igwe celebration. I don't want to rush you, but I don't know if you have a word or two to say just about Christmas and Igwe. In the course of positing, Comrade Babosa has made a word possible now, and hopefully before the fall of 2022, it will be in the dictionary. It says everybody from Edo State, and indeed the kingdom, should celebrate Igwe Christmasing. What do you have to say about that?
Igwe Christmasing.
We are Igwe Christmasing, my brother.
Right now.
That's a new lexicon in the dictionary of time. Just the way he came up with Inwiwizi and local government. Yes, these words, I don't know how. When the comrade is under the anointing, he says so many things under inspiration. Yes, so let us celebrate.
Sorry, Tony. Flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. It is the spirit of God.
Thank you, my brother. I know you're always in the spirit. So Igwe Christmas, yeah, we have to celebrate our own, and we cannot keep, demonizing our own, cultural identity. So I think I support that Igwe Christmasing. I will add that to my dictionary as well. For me, this season is very unique. It's one of the best time, apart from finding time to stay with family, apart from finding time to stay with friends, apart from finding time to take stock of all that we have done during the year that is ending. It is a time to to give thanks to God. Osanu Dazi, Nakbama, Oko Dudu, Nudazi. So it's such a wonderful time for me. I always look forward to, this very time of Christmas. And according to Comrade Lante Pamosa Oriaki, 2021, I'm developing a bibliography for him now. Igwe Christmassy. That's a good one.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. You are always on point. Apart from the love that we share, you have also said that this is time for praise. Thank you so very much. While we are still staying with the palace and the palace affairs, I just want to say that for the last few weeks, there has been gigantic progress in all spheres, even across the globe, for everybody that consider themselves a true Edo son. With this, we mean Benin speaking, Esan speaking, Owan speaking, Akoko Edo speaking, and other small tribe within the state. Only a few weeks ago, the much talked about artifact, we saw the release in Jesus College in the United Kingdom, and there was also another one that was released in Scotland. And there have been discussions about this. Only this week, His Royal Majesty, our great Oba Ogidiga, had those things delivered in his palace. And for me, it was an epoch-making event. It was sweet. It was glorious. I then want to commend the palace, the government and people of Edo State, the government and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the government and people of Africa as a whole, because this is novel and it's indeed something great. 1897 was when those things were carted away in an uncivilized, I dare say, stolen from a very secret place in our kingdom. And to see it many years after coming back, it is something to be proud and something to be happy about. And we in Comrade Show, as true Edo people, trailblazers of the Edo kingdom, we can't allow this go without mentioning it. Comrade Late Pausaraki, were you as elated as myself? Speak to this.
Honestly, there is something that everybody must understand about the issue of the artifact. To be honest with you, it's the return of this artifact is marking a further rediscovery of myself as a Benin man. Because when they took away these artifacts, for every Benin person, a part of our identity went with those artifacts. Now, the return of this artifact is going to mark our own completion as a people. For now, we are Benin's, okay? Somehow we are incomplete, okay? Somehow we are incomplete. We are incomplete because there is a part of us that is missing. It's like a missing face. And this part of us, we cannot afford, to and that is why it is so sweet that it is coming. It's great news, because even though I was on the Benin, I did watch the program. I saw the beautiful festivity. I saw the people who attended. I saw a lot of things. I felt part of it, because as a true Benin man, I just it felt like a part of me that had been missing is coming home. Is coming home. And so we expect more of the artifacts to return home. We expect, to reconcile ourselves with these artifacts. To be very honest, I think it's a great development. And of course, we are happy, bro. We cannot express that.
Thank you so much, CNC Comrade. We are happy for that event. We are happy people. We can't express it enough. Dr. Tony Agbons, Doctor of Letters, what does the return of the artifact to the great palace of His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo means to you?
Comrade Pharmacist Iramira. In fact, I'm ecstatic, I'm excited, in fact, I'm running short of adjective. Just like Comrade Lante said, as a proud Edo man, I'm very, very happy. The event that took place at the Omonoba's Palace in Benin City this past week brought joy, and it brought a sense of belonging to every one of us from Edo State. So I want to join you and Comrade Lante to congratulate His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Nedo Okwakpolokpolo Oba AY II, No Gidigan, for that historic, momentous occasion of the return of those two artifacts. And we know that more are coming. So we are very, very elated. I'm happy. And again, happening at the end of the year like this, it portends great things coming to our place. We are all very happy. I'm very, very happy. And I know you are.
Absolutely, absolutely we are. And like you said, this is the beginning of many to come. I understand these items, these distinguished, well created, giftily endowed products are running to from 500 to almost 1,000. And I know indeed they will come. I think early today or yesterday, I read that there's a board of trustees that has been constituted, and the Oba in his wisdom has selected people across the divide. I think Professor Wole Soyinka is part of that group that will be looking at the board to manage and sort of help all these things to come to be. But of course, we must also thank the government, especially the government of Nigeria, who has made this possible, and indeed the government of Edo State. Comrade Lante, are you in the house?
Oh yes, I'm here, man.
Yes, I would like you to speak to that, because there was a plethora of government dignitaries that graced the office of the Oba of Benin, not to talk of the numerous chiefs, different traditional rulers from across the country. What do you have to say about this?
Now, first and foremost, let me quickly announce that we have a guest in our midst. Of course, he's going to be talking about the Ahue Games as part of this extended Igwe festival. So I want to bring him in to go. I'm sure he's going to have something to say in the course of this discourse. Yes, Mr. Roland Owanina Domosa, can you hear us?
Yes, so Abuta.
Okay. I'm sure we'll come to it shortly. Yes. All right. Just to respond to you, sir, Comrade Iremira. You see, it's the message of congratulation, as far as this artifact return is concerned, is so much to the Oba of Benin. And we cannot take away the ordinary Edo person from these congratulatory messages. It is a huge congratulation to every Edo person, first and foremost, as a right. Because the impact of the looting of this treasury, this spiritual, ancient spiritual, what's it called, identity, of our people, is such that impacted on the kingdom in no small measure. So at the end of the day, that's why I said earlier that when I saw the ceremony, we've been following the process. A lot has, happened along the line and all of that. I honestly, first of all, felt that while I'm congratulating the palace of the Oba of Benin, I am congratulating the ordinary Edo man, even those who may not even have much information about what is happening. You understand what I'm saying? Now, many people are just going to be born and they will grow up, born into full identity as a people. I'm not proud to say that as a Benin man, I was born a Benin man by birth and by inclination, but my complete identity has not been with me. And that identity, part of this identity, is still in far away, places like the United Kingdom and all of that. So while I congratulate the palace, congratulate the people of Edo State, people of Benin Kingdom, I equally, would congratulate the governor of the Oba of Benin. Then one thing stands out here that I will not be afraid to talk about is that the absence of the governor of Edo State in that ceremony, we cannot pretend about it. It's an absence that was loud. It's an absence that spoke loudly, to everybody. And it may not be unconnected with some of those matters of the past. But in the spirit of Igwe Festival, it's established that Igwe is a first mender. In the spirit of Igwe Festival, we have two very important institutions that are very relevant to the Edo people: the Palace of the Oba of Benin and the government of Edo State. And I would say that if there are any issues, these artifacts should reconcile us more, and take us through the line of greater progress, and all of that. And I think that there should be better, stronger, relationship between fathers and sons, in this time. And
Governor
what
should have attended
that may not
Zero.
be known to
Because
us as a people, as ordinary people, I would rather want to say that for those who know what is happening, let us see how we can, wade into situations to ensure that as Benin's, we all move together progressively, no matter. And I think that everything that appeared to brush itself one way or the other in the past, in the recent past, people have learned different lessons and all of that. And of course, the hen has come to roost, And so, in the spirit of Igwe Festival and the Christmas we are celebrating, Igwe Christmasing, many of us want to see that the entire Edo people, we move progressively as one people without division. It's very important. I'd like to mention that.
Thank
But,
you.
but kudos, I must not fail to say to the Omonobanedo, to Edo people generally, and of course to the governor of Edo State. Because at the end of the day, everything that happens in our lives, everything, there is some, a destiny playing out in all of them. And so, and so I think with what we are having control of, let us we must all be on the same page to move Edo State forward.
Comrade Latte, you have spoken well. I think you are more than in the spirit today. Igwe Christmasing, as postulated from the pulpit, is really overwhelming you, and you are doing it so well. You've preached peace. Let the institutions come together. And I think there is no problem. Everything is working towards the progress of our great kingdom. I'll be coming to you, Dr. Tony. Many people have argued they stole our things. What is the big deal? They have to bring it. I think, apart from the Edo people, the palace, the government of Edo State, and indeed the government of Nigeria, don't you think we also need to talk about these people that stole it and they voluntarily decided to give it back? What do you have to say, Dr. Tony Agbonse, about that?
I think, thank you very much for your very intelligent question, my brother. I think for us, we just want to look forward. These things were stolen from us years ago. They were looted and all that. So now that they are coming back, I think for me, we just focus on them bringing it back. And like you have mentioned, I think the items are over 1,000. So some people have counted about 1,300 pieces of artwork. So many people may not know this. If you go to the British Museum here in the UK, and then you see some of our original artwork, as an Edo man, when I went there, I wept. It's very painful to see, people coming from all parts of the world to come and look at these things and some other people are just profiting from it. So for me, the deed has been done in the past. But now that they are coming back, pressure have been put on them. And like Comrade Riaki said just now, probably the Almighty God has also touched their heart. And probably some of the artifacts are also, doing shege to them in their dream and all the rest. And now, finally, they decided to bring it. So we just take our property in and be happy. So for me, I would just forget about the past and we move forward. Get all our artifacts in, and then we do the needful. What this artifact will now do for our people, for our children who are growing up, for people from all over the world to come and be looking at it. That's the bit that personally I'm very interested in now. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. You are happy for the moment, but you don't just want this moment to be just lip service. You want it to transcend. You want us to begin to see good things. You want us to begin to see fallouts of this artifact. And apart from it, we keeping it traditionally, it should also be a way of generating fund and keeping posterity and living the history of our great Benin Kingdom, which my brother Comrade always believe and stand for. Whilst I round up this, I just want to say kudos to the Europeans that stole it and they decided to give it back to us. We want more, and we want more, and we want more. Kudos to Africa. Nigeria, Edo State is in Africa, and is the place where black civilization starts from. Kudos to Africa. Kudos to the federal government of Nigeria, where we have Benin City and Edo State. Kudos also to the people of Edo State. By this, I mean Benin, Isha, Isako, Onwa, and every other small tribe. Kudos as well to the Edo State government and the Edo State people. And finally, kudos to His Royal Majesty, our great King. Long may you reign. I don't know if Mr. Our guest is available just to pass the baton.
Yes.
Okay, to pass the baton to Dr.
Yes, I'm available.
So that he can take us through the Aqua Games. For our viewers, it's been good. Thank you for all your support. Remember, earlier part this year, we invited this gentleman to talk to us about the Aqua Game in one of the villages in Benin City. Today, he's going to talk to us again about it because there is a planned festival coming up in January. But I'll pass the baton on to Dr. Tony Agbons to lead us through that.
Thank you very much, Comrade Remira, for the good work you are doing on this stable. So our viewers, we have once again, I think this is the second time this year, the convener of the Ahwe Carnival. This is an annual carnival that takes place at Ugomoson in Edo State, a community in Edo State. So we have our father here, Mr. Roland Ogwanina. He's here to talk. So, Epa, say hello to our people. Thank you very much, Epa, for obliging us again. So, we know that you are the convener of the Ahwe Carnival. Last year, it was a big one at Gomoso community. So please tell us, because some people may have forgotten, where is Ugomoson community and what is the motivation for you doing this year in, year out? Please tell our people.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ugomoson community is just about 30 minutes drive from Benin towards Abudu Agbo Road on the express. You don't go, it's a trekking distance.
I think we
from the express. Okay. Where the game came about the past 5 years, but last year we expanded it. people, to invite our brothers and sisters. We make contributions and we blow it out a little bit. And it was led there and agreed that we have to annually. And this is the second year. For that elaborate carnival. You can see what is for 2021, this 2022.
Thank you very much, sir. I know there are some issues with your network there. I just hope that this network will just allow the words to flow in. So the 2022 edition is going to be from 1st to 3rd
2021.
of 2021 is going to be 1st to 3rd of January 2022. Yes. So please, before I allow the other comrades to ask you some questions, so what is going to be the format? Because last year's own, we saw the videos and everything. It was very big. So this year, what are we going to be expecting? What is going to be the format of this year's Carnival / tournament?
You see, basically this year we'll be having everyday games. And the final day, we will have the women having their own role. The same final day, we have the children having their own role. That's what we are planning for the Carnival. For this year's games, we have 8 clubs already, of which the Comrade Show is one of them. The other clubs are bought over from by families in that community. So we have 8 clubs that will be competing for the championship for this year. It's going to be very nice. It's going to be very good.
Championship. If I always put that one on.
Aqua championship. So it's going to be very nice. And Makolet Aqua Obewonibune, so that we can have 2 or 3 teams playing. For this year, we have some new features. Normally last year, the features are, for instance, this one, what we call hat trick, just like football. If you play your opponent, that's already a hat trick at a goal by a spin. Opponent, that's a hat trick. So they'll give you back, you play with it.
For the benefit of our viewers, people may not know what is Ahwe. Could you just describe what is Ahwe, please?
Like what
is Ahwe?
Ahwe basically is a species of Mukuna beans. Mukuna beans. And basically in those states, what our elders were doing with it, they just play games with it. If you could see the logo, it's here on the blue portion. Is the game basically it's Mukuna beans. It's what in different places in Nigeria they play with it.
Can you
this is it. If you can see me, it's a beans. It's a type of beans, but it's a bigger beans.
So it's a variant. It's just like rubber seed. This rubber seed is
this a like variant. Yes, it's just beans. It's very hard, and they can stay for years as it is now.
Screen so that if you can put it on the screen, lift it up a bit, Epa. Okay. So this is Ahwe seed.
That's Ahwe seed. So Epa, can you describe how the game is played? I think that's actually what I wanted.
Basically, the game is like this. You have 2 opponents. Then we have 3 lines now draw on the ground. And you have to divide the lines into equal distances. You set up the game, the seed in 3 lines, in 3 sets. Maybe 6 on this side, 6 on this side. Then in the setting 2, you have what we call the king or the oba of the setting. Then you have a abo there. That is like the security guard to the oba. And we have the transmitter.
I mean, just like you are describing like chess now, knights, rook, and all those people.
Anyway, the game is just a replica of top. Then you take one and spin from your side. The first person will spin. Just like football, the referee locking down your own. A time limit for each set of play. so that if that time comes, we count the number of seeds on both sides. Whoever has the highest wins that game. Once you knock down an Oba, you have won that game. Just like that. Just to make it a little bit more interesting and to find a way of making it for people to actually like it.
Okay. Epa Ogwanina, thank you very much.
Yes,
I
sir.
think we have our second guest is at the door. Comrade, if you can admit him to the studio so that he can join us. I want to ask you a question. Last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last games, there were 3 teams. And now you have said we are having 8 teams. And the Comrade Show has a team. So, and we are, I'm telling you that we are winning this year's championship, our team. So, who are the other team, the other 7 teams that wants to,
like I said before, they are
they
are families from the community.
Okay. All right, Austin, you have a question for Epa?
Absolutely.
Yes,
whenever
the
comes to
champion, the now champion, because family bought the champion team. That's like Bomomba family.
Can you hear us, Epa?
By money family. The third team is
okay. I want to say thank you so much for coming again to the Comrade Show and to commend your effort on what you are doing for the. Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir.
Yes.
I want to say commendations to you for coming again for the second time to the Comrade Show, and also too for.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
You are certainly putting your community, the Igomoso community, on the map. I just want to ask, I'm happy you said you've now introduced a game for women and also for the youth. That gives a very good balancing. My question is, given that the game is starting in the next few days or weeks, if any of our viewers from that village want to buy and have a team, is it too late?
It's not too late. We still have vacancy for two teams.
Fantastic. So I want to appeal to our viewers, especially those from that community, Egomoso community in Edo State.
Ugomoso.
I'm very sorry. Ugomoso community.
You just a short distance from Ugoneki.
Yeah.
Before Abudu.
You can reach the Comrade Show. Our guest Roland or Anina is saying that there is still opportunity for you to be part of it. I just want to commend you, sir, and that you are doing very well. Last year was 3, now we have 8. Hopefully 2022-23 will be more. And for our viewers that have supported this program through the Comrade Show, we are grateful. You know that the Comrade Show has got a team, and Dr. Tony Agbons has posited with divine intervention that we are going to win this year's.
No, we are winning.
Amen.
There's no doubt. I've told Mr. Ifa already. The Comrade Show team is winning. There's no doubt.
We should. It's important.
Overall, I'm very happy. And then, what is the plan as per sponsorship? Not only having teams. How do you get sponsorship?
Well, to God be the glory. Like the money we have had so far is the money we got realized from the sales of the clubs. So far, the champion club we sold for 50K. The next club we sold for 40K. Comrades paid 30 for their own club. That's how we scale it down to 10,000 naira. So we have some revenue from our aspect so far. And so far so good. Some indigenes of Ugomoson, they are making some contributions towards this game. That is confident that everything will work even better than what we had last year.
Absolutely. I must at this point thank you, because even before you came to Comrade Show, I understand you've been doing this from your personal pocket. That is what we call giving back and going to serve your community. I don't know if Dr. Okumbo will understand
the glory
from that village, if he's here too.
Yes, he just texted me. I think Dr. Kumbawa is at the door of this studio.
But we can't see him actually.
So he just sent me a message. And I said he said he's waiting. So, but we can't see him to
admit. He should try to log in again.
Yeah, I just send the link to him again to log in. But what I want to say is this: a powerful Anina, so that you don't get
my brother.
Powerful Anina, if I can get yeah. What I want to say is that we are having these Ahwe games, and I must tell you, a lot of Edo State people now watching. Some people don't even know what Ahwe is. Some people don't know what Ikoto is. Some people don't know what is rubber seed, the one we call it Baba. People don't know what Ukuse. People don't know. There's this one we used to even play on what's it called?
Osiwe.
No Siwe. We used to have this we have four seeds inside. Ogirise, yes. So a lot of these our games. Yes, thank you, sir. A lot of these our games are going extinct. So you, as a community leader and convener of this Ahwe game, what will you say to our people, so that we don't lose all these games?
When that, as your dancing space begin to expand, this year, because of the time, I
think his network
things has been generally in Nigeria. We didn't have an Agbo when whatever when those children folk play. Anything that we can do to make the women do their own part from the old time, they will do it too. From Ikoto, because this year Ikoto only get it during rainy season. This coming year, I'm going to give them the project to get me more Ikoto Wugoa, Ado Giae. So I have a fear just like that. Ogriseni, Osen. But so far, I want to really make sure I don't even buy a job like spicing. But Ahwe is the core game that we want to really put, because we look at it that it's going to be, and right now, a community of local government has a significant interest to come and play friendly with. It's a very good opportunity for communities to reunite and be more friendlier than we are right now.
Thank you very much, sir. I don't know. Any other question for comrades?
Not really a question. I think I'm just looking at these. I've expressed my love for this. Since the very first day Park came to the studio. I'm looking at all the games we were mentioning just now, our traditional games. I think that we can actually have support a past a vision, and of course his group, to have a mini, Olympics of our own traditional games.
Yes.
Just a small Olympics of, our own Benin traditional, games, both for women and again, it will be a book money,
no, last year I book more. Last year I book more. Last year we here Nukbu.
You see, so we all have a mini Olympics, and all of that. I mean, make it as broad as possible. We start from there. Maybe I can manage how do I expand there? There are other games. I mean, if in Delta State they have other unique games, that can even come into this picture.
Yes,
promoting our own traditional games. So I think that's what I probably would say, that we can join them to give traction to this and support the process and start from there.
Thank you very much, comrade. Ipa, thank you very much for all you are doing. This is part of the community re-engineering that we talk about. Like Pharmacist Remiran said, Ipa, we appreciate you. You have been, when this whole thing started, you were bankrolling it from your own pocket as much as you can. So we really appreciate you. And from the Comrade Show, Ipa, I want to tell you that we'll give this year's carnival as much publicity as we can, so that our people will know how the event is going. And for our viewers, this event is going to be from 1st to the 3rd of January 2022. it's going to be a New Year buzz. So thank you
Yes.
very much, Epa, and we really appreciate you
Blessing.
joining us today. Pharmacist, any other thing you want to tell Epa before we go to the next issue?
No, I just want to say thank you so much to Ipa and to appeal to our viewers. If you are from a past village and you want to be part of it, the Comrade Show has got their hands open. And if you also know of any other game that your village used to play and you want some advice on how to go about it, I think Ipa is also on hand. But overall, thank you so much, Ipa. I wish you all the very best. Have a very happy Christmas and a prosperous 2022.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
No one, it's a little bit, sir. Don't want, sir. What's the cabo?
So we go to our next issue, which is the Benin City Youth League. This is to inform all our viewers and especially those who have been following our weekly update of the Benin City Youth League. Like we mentioned last Sunday, the league has now been concluded. It was supposed to be a two-round round-robin league, but all the teams at the end of the first round, because there were other teams in Benin City and environs, even outside Benin City, who wants to join the league, all the teams, they came together and they decided to end the league after the first round. But every team has played each other once. So, and trophies and awards were given to, I think, Raleigh FC eventually won the league. If we can get some visuals, Raleigh FC eventually won the league with 24 points from 11 matches. The good thing with this Benin City Youth League is the peaceful and matured manner that the league was played. There was no rancor, no argument, no fight. Very peaceful. And it has ended. So congratulations to Raleigh FC. I think they led for about 3/4 of the, just briefly, Inesta and BJ, they went to the top, but all through Raleigh FC were at the top. Comrade, what do you have to say? Benin City Youth League.
No, honestly, I think it's a very beautiful start. To be honest, I think we can better this. You know, I want to thank the organizers. You know, the effort they have put into this is honestly huge, and to see that the league keeps on end the way it did, you know, by way of consensus agreement, and of course, what's it called? You know, trophies were given to deserving winners. You know, I'm particularly, you know, happy with you know, Coach Okosie. Is it Okosie? Am I right? Okosie winning the trophy, and Okosie had this to say. Let's take a listen.
My name is Ndubisi Okosieme, head coach, Raleigh FC.
Welcome, sir. Your team won the league and you were voted the best coach of the league. So how do you feel, sir?
Well, I feel very happy. Though it was not an easy task for we becoming the champion. But my happiness was that the hard work paid off. We had series of you know, hard trainings, preparing the boys, and making sure that they are up to, you know, the task. And again, not just that, very happy that from the beginning of the league in August to this point, at the end of the league, we never left the first two positions, that is between first and second. So I think there's no shortcut to success. The hard work paid off.
Coach, out of 11 matches in the league, you lost one. What do you say to that? I know you said something about hard work.
Yes.
11 matches, just one loss.
Yeah, we played 11 matches and we lost one. And that one that we lost, not that we did not play well, or the insurance feeders were that more classic than we did, but there was an in-house misunderstanding that led to the ruling, to us losing that game. And after that, we have to go back to the drawing board and get our acts together and ensure that we don't lose any more games.
As champions, you know you are now the eye of every team next season. So I know it's FIFA. I hope you are already getting ready for the next season.
Yes, we are. But the truth of the matter is that becoming a champion is a hard work, and staying as champion is a much more harder work. So, which means we're going.
Well, that's Coach Okosieme, speaking there, and I think it's a very a beautiful thing. So for me, I think the league was organized very maturely, and honestly, I think we should take it a step further, a step beyond this. But I think some other awardees, are equally there having something to say. The best keeper, has something to say. Let's take a listen.
Well, I dedicate this award to my mom, to my lovely mom. She has been there for me, always praying for me. I dedicate this award to you. May God Almighty continue to bless her. Thank you.
Very good.
So there are some other awardees too. This is the best young player. Equally has this to say.
Being the best young player in the first ever Benin City Youth League. What do you have to say?
Sincerely speaking, I wasn't expecting this, but I'm so glad that at the end I won this award. I want to say thank you to the organizers of the competition, my coaches, and my players team for giving me the opportunity to play and to win this good award. So I want to say thank you again to the organizers mostly for organizing this great competition, and I hope to do better next time.
Okay, lastly, how do you see this league? Was it anything that makes you excited about the league this season? Was it really worth competing for?
Yes, definitely. The league was definitely interesting. We had tough times, we had good times. There was even a period where we were not even enough to play, we were not even fit to play, but we did our best, but the league was really interesting. We had tough times and good times.
All right, thank you, Clifford. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And apart from the best young player of the team, we equally have the highest goal scorer who had this to say.
See, the league champion and of course the high goal scorer. So how do you feel when this high goal scorer for the first ever Benin City ever Youth League? What's your?
Right now, I'm very, very excited right now. First, I want to thank everybody, both my teammates, the coaches of the team, and the chairman of the club for their encouragement. It has been long that I have a dream like this. I want to continue win a golden boot, whatever I find myself in a competition. So I thank God for a day like this.
All right. Who do you dedicate this award to?
Yeah, it has been long. I have a fasting and prayer to Almighty God every day by day in my life. So I want to dedicate it to Almighty God. It's not for me.
Okay. Are you looking forward to a better league next season?
Yes. If I'm alive, I won't, like, my dream is to go win the high goals for the golden boot in England.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Young, thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
So apart from him, who is the highest goal scorer, we equally have the most valuable player having something to say.
Yes, that one is huge.
Yeah. And it's really interesting. Yeah, the
MVP
MVP of the
Joker.
tournament.
Welcome. You were voted most valuable player of the Benin City Youth League, the maiden Benin City Youth League. And how do you feel winning this award?
I would say the award sees it all. So you could see, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer because without a tournament, they would win an award. And moreover, I want to thank Almighty God for giving me an opportunity, the talent. And moreover, for Benin City Youth League for giving me a place to showcase my talent. I would like to dedicate this award to so many people because if I say I should take the award alone, it would be I'm a selfish man. Ever since I lost my dad, there have been so many people who contributed to my life, financially, emotionally, every week we think about it. So I won't just dedicate this award to my family or to God only. I will dedicate it to every individual who spoke to me, who encouraged me to continue to keep up my talent and my work.
So what is your future hopes for you after this?
Well, As you can see, I've always dreamt of playing at top teams like FC Barcelona and moreover. But I would say this award and the league himself because, like, no, might be a local league, but to me it was like a La Liga to me because every match was important. Every night you dream of your next match, you dream of your next goal, you dream everything. So actually, it actually prepares me moreover for the futures and the important leagues ahead.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeffrey Joker. Hope to see more of you in the future.
Definitely, sir.
Don't worry, boy. You will play Barcelona. That's your dream. Don't
Yes.
worry about it.
Yes.
So, and lastly, we have another. Lastly, this one is the rising star of the rising star player of the tournament. You know, equally has something to say. You know, I just let's take a listen.
Eribo Sas, you were voted as one of the rising star player of the Benin City Youth League this season. So how do you feel winning this award and as a rising star, and what does the future hold for you?
I feel excited, and I want to thank everybody, the organizers of this great league, and also my teammates and my coaches for everything they've done, and also to God Almighty. It has not been easy, but I want to give God the glory.
From BJ Foundation.
Yes, sir.
So who do you dedicate this award to?
I would like to dedicate the award to our coach, our head coach, Coach Douglas Dausa. And I want to thank him for giving us the youth this platform to play, and wish to do better next season.
Thank you very much, Eribo.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
So that's a bit about it, and I think it was really impressive that you were able to take it this far. And I think that the organizers can only better at this. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that the next season is going to be a lot better than more improved and all of that. So, but this for me, it's standard. The approach, the everything. You know, I mean, it's, taking that is just the first season. Honestly, I believe that the Benin City Youth League will go places. To be honest, I'm very satisfied with what they've done.
Yeah, that's
And
thank you very much.
I will not fail to equally give kudos and many thanks to Edo people who supported the league through the Comrade Show. Quite a number of persons, if I'm not mistaken, 3, 4 persons, and all of that. Because I cannot remember their names now. I have just about 2 names, so I will not mention anybody's name. But you know yourselves. Thank you very much. Those who supported the team, through the Comrade Show, they supported the league. The league is still open for support. We are going to another season now. But honestly, I'm proud, I'm glad, I'm happy. Something good is happening in those states. And this is good news.
Thank you very much, comrade. Pharmacist, you have seen all the concluding part of the Benin City Youth League. What do you have to say, sir?
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. I am just seriously overwhelmed. I just want to join Comrade to say thank you to all our supporters. Like Comrade said, they know themselves for all you did to support the Benin City Youth League. When I listen to those 5 people talk, Tony, goose people flow through me. I was particularly touched by the last 3 speakers, especially the young man that said that since he loved his dad. And you can see these guys could have been doing something different. But that moment of this league has taken them away from the streets, something serious. And every time we read this story, I always say that I hope one day in my lifetime, I will see these guys take the world stage. And many of them have made a pronouncement. And I believe with hard work, that will come to fall. Like what if a Joker said, they want to play in England, and the guy that had in Barcelona, and the guy that had the highest goal scorer wants to come and repeat that in England. I'm so proud. And kudos to the organizers. Let's hope and pray next year will be better, the year after, and there will be incremental progress in organization and everything. And especially to Idausa, I think one of the players said kudos to him. He has been a good coach and is among one of the visionaries of the Benin City Youth League. Finally, kudos to Ruli FC for setting the template and eventually becoming the winner. I am not too happy that my team, Yak FC, were rooted in the bottom, and if there was relegation, they were relegated. But I'm happy they took part, and I hope next year will be a better season for them. Overall, kudos to the organizers. Special appreciation to all our fans who supported the Youth League through the Comrade Show. May God bless them all.
Thank you very much, my brother, pharmacist Remira. So thank you all so much. We will try and get the names so that the comrade can really mention them. That was a very strategic move from the comrade. He doesn't want to upset any apple cart. We'll get the names and then we'll mention them. Thank you all so much. Like he said, those that really contributed, you know yourself, and we will do that probably by next week when we will be having this program. Thank you all so much, and congratulations to all the winners. There will be no relegation this season, so that will be a very cheering news to pharmacist Iramira. Thank you so much. So I will hand over back to the pharmacist to round up the show for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. You agree with me, our viewers, that it's been a very great show. We'll be rounding up now. Christmas is just round the corner. You can see that all three of us, the Musketeers, we are done today with our Christmas gear, getting ready for the joyful season. This is a season of peace, a season of joy, a season of merriment, a season of love, and a season of appreciation. Let's make sure we enjoy it. Stay well. Next Sunday, the show will be just after Christmas, and I promise it's going to be a special Boxing Day show, 26th of December. And we'll look forward to the very last one in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we want to thank you for all you've done for us in 2021, and hopefully we'll do it again in 2022. I thank you for giving me the opportunity. I remain your comrade, Augustine Iremira. Thank you so much and have a very good week. I'll pass the baton to Dr. Tony Agbons to say his final word, and Comrade Lamte Pausaraki will do the final razzmatazz. Thank you all our top fans and all viewers of the Comrade Show. Remember the deal, you must share and stay in peace and love.
Thank you, my brother. I just want to wish all our viewers, those of you who have stayed with us through the thick and thin of this year, 2021. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Whether there is Omicron or Delta or whatever name, may the good Lord keep us all safe. And may we keep ourselves safe too. Please be wise this period. Wahia is Selugbe.
Yes, my people, thank you very much for those who've been part of this program. Thank you so very much. For those who've shared, thank you. We are happy. We are glad. And of course, I want to wish you all a very merry, wonderful Christmas, and of course, a very happy Igwe celebration. And I want to encourage those, particularly those in Benin, even those outside of Benin, let's be part of the Igwe celebration. Let's our home must not be lost. We must, keep it alive. It's important. We cannot destroy corn for yam, and that should we destroy yam for corn because they are both food. So they are very important celebrations. We have to keep pace with the two of them. They are both important, they are both relevant, and they are both significant. So on that note, I want to wish you a happy Igwe Christmas. And bye for now.
Make Comrade Show way. Comrade Lamte Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.